The Behemoth Splinter Fleet caught the Ultramarines off guard during redeployment from the planet Ran S to join their brothers on the front lines of the Fourth Tyranic War, leading to the bloody conflict for control of the critical aerospace landing bunker. The Ultramarines just need to buy some time for their psykers inside to help the fleet in orbit plot their path through the warp as quickly as possible. Knowing they likely won't see the end of the war, they'll be damned sure to take as many bugs with them. Here on this desert planet, the Ultramarines will fight to try to hold back this behemoth swarm with every brother in arms. Can the Ultramarines hold them back? Find out now on the Monday Night Matchup, 10th edition Battle Report.
We're back. This is 10th edition, 2,000 points, Ultramarines versus Behemoth, the Tyranids.
Yeah!
I got Rami back here with his amazing Behemoth army.
I love him, man. I can't wait to start the Tyranic War again, and I can't wait to once again crush you guys like we did before.
So we got the Ultramarines. Marnus Calgar's still putting his limbs back on from his fight against the Swarm Lord. But we got Treacherous here. We're defending an Imperial bunker against the swarms of Behemoth, giant monsters coming up to eat everybody. This is the Fourth Tyranic War. We got the Ultramarines defending their planet against a horde of Behemoth, marching up, taking down defense lines. It's going to be epic. We built a nice new set, a lot of work into it to make a desert-themed planet. We're going to see if the Ultramarines can blast their way through the Tyranids and hold it down.
Justin looking to lay out a lot of fire damage with the Pyroblasters from the Infernus squad, a 5-man squad with Purge the Foe, a unit ability that allows them to force another enemy unit to take battle shock tests. If he can get them in range, they should be able to do some damage for him. The Terminator Captain is joining the Terminator squad, and that's going to allow them to have reroll on their charges. That could come in very crucial, especially from Deep Strike. A new unit for the Space Marines, the Ballistus Dreadnought, is fully loaded with a bunch of heavy weaponry, and that Ballistus las cannon will be targeting some of the bigger Tyranids today on the board. And look out for those Terminators today coming in from Deep Strike. With rapid ingress can allow them to come in on the enemy's turn. Those Space Smurfs will be going up against the Tyranids. Let's see what Rami's bringing.
I am bringing the Tyranids, and honestly, they have been so far nothing but a blast for me to play with. I love the new edition, and today I am really excited to bring a Tyranid monster mash list. One of my favorite ways to play Tyranids.
Rami taking the Tyrannifex with the Rupture Cannon. That Rupture Cannon is absolutely devastating. 2d6 damage. It's only 2 shots, but it's all you need. And the Hive Tyrant being attached to the Tyrant Guard unit, where everybody in 6-inch range will be getting the Assault ability. And watch out for the Zoanthropes. Their psychic weapon, Warp Blast, gets D3 shots per model, as well as dealing D3 damage. That is pretty scary. And thanks to the Warp Fiend ability, anything within 6 inches gains a 6-up invulnerable save. Another big monster, the Psychophage, will be walking around with its big torrent weapon, but not only that, any units within 6 inches of him will be gaining a 6-up Feel No Pain. The mission we're doing today is Purge the Foe with Hammer and Anvil deployment. 1 objective marker in each player's deployment zone, the rest are in no man's land. In Purge the Foe, hold 1 objective marker for 4 victory points. If you hold more than your opponent, an additional 4 victory points. If you kill an enemy unit, you gain 4 victory points, and if you kill more than your opponent, you gain 4 more victory points. The mission twist is minefields.
For my reserves, I have a 5-man Terminator squad hiding up there with a Terminator Captain.
Oh yes, hiding, as they usually like to do.
It doesn't sound like Rami likes Terminators. I wonder why.
I am going to be deploying Old One-Eye, joining this squad of 2 Carnifexes over here. They are going to be my spearhead.
The Carnifexes come down, and with Blistering Assault, they won't be on that side of the board for very long.
I got my main attraction to this army is my Repulsor. I got a 10-man Hellblaster squad in there. We're just going to come out and start blasting.
Justin also drops down a squad of Blade Guard veterans and a squad of infiltrators behind cover, trying to stay away from those Tyranids in the early turns here. While Justin brings down the Tyrant Guard with the Hive Tyrant attached to them, as well as the Haruspecs coming down right beside them as Justin counters with the Dreadnought, having an advantage here defending the bunker. That Dreadnought being up so high has a vantage point over the entire army. He can shoot whatever he wants. Tyrannifex. The Infernus Marines come down behind cover. He has to get those in range, and the ever so scary Tyrannifex with that rupture cannon sitting back there looking for some juicy targets, because that 2d6 damage will absolutely annihilate anything.
So I know that your army is very melee heavy and you're probably going to be advancing to me. I'm going to put down my teleport homer for my Terminators. It's going to probably go here because I know that you're probably going to push everything forward. If you're going to do that, I'm going to try to penalize you.
Well, bring it.
Teleport homer deployed. Justin means business.
And then for my last ability before the game begins, my lieutenant with the combi weapon, he gets to choose one objective on the field. I'm going to pick this one. He gives an aura of reroll once to wound to anyone within 6 inches.
Reroll once to wound?
Yes.
Okay, he's got to go for sure.
You can try, but he's a lone operative.
The Tyranids draw their cards for secondaries, and they get cleanse and extend battle lines. In the first turn here, Rami has to move up, so not too bad for him.
First turn, I have set up all my models in a very defensive bunker, like what I'm used to. The Infernus Marines are going to try to sneak up on the side. The Phobos Armor Lieutenant is also just camping on objective. The middle one is going to be the primary one.
The Wing Hive Tyrant moving up the board with his psychic abilities within 12-inch range. He has a few units that he can affect those with. The Hive Tyrant on foot with the Tyrant Guard are moving up on the right side of the board, and the Harrowspecs is just breaking through barriers, trying to get to those Space Marines, using the Imperial defense lines as some cover, but not much, for Rami is in range right now, and he's got to wait till the second turn to get into combat.
I guess the only thing that is actually within range is my Tyrannofex. I'm just going to go for it. I'm sorry, even though you spent probably a lot of time doing it and bringing him out. He's all pretty and painted up and all that, but I need to kill it.
Rami's shooting the Tyrannofex into the repulsor. A very good decision here because there are 10 Hellblasters inside, and he wants to get those exposed so other units can shoot at those Hellblasters, hopefully soon.
You're going to shoot my repulsor? Fair. Thank goodness he has smokes. So I'm going to spend 1 command point. He's smoked, meaning he has stealthed, and he gets the benefit of cover, which I'm pretty sure he already gets.
The repulsor already is going to get cover, but it's also going to be -1 to hit.
Both of them hit. What's your toughness on it? 10?
Toughness 12.
So I still need 3s to wound you.
Rami uses 1 CP to reroll that wound roll.
So I'm going to make him reroll that wound roll. Both wound. Take 2 saves at AP 4.
A 6-up save now because of armor. I am not liking these odds, but I believe in my view paint scheme.
Yep, 2 dice.
Double 2s, and you get to roll for the damage.
So 2d6 damage on the first shot. 5, not looking good. And the second one, 4. Oh.
I brought the vehicle below half wounds, which I'm okay with because it won't survive a next volley like that again.
My repulsor was brought down to 7 wounds. I'm thankful that Tyrannifex didn't even spike even harder and deal 18 or 20 wounds and just pop my vehicle. If that's the case, my Hellblasters are going to have to walk on foot, 200 points gone, and it's going to be a slugfest now. We're going to be trudging through the lines, trudging through the trenches, trying to get into position rather than having a nice limousine.
And that's about all I can do.
The repulsor's down at 7 wounds.
Yep.
He's still kicking, he's alive.
Yep.
And thank goodness there's not much shooting, but I got a lot of bugs right now.
You have it really cut out for you right now, man.
At the end of Tyranid turn 1, Rami scores 3 for cleanse and 5 for extend battle line, while Justin draws no prisoners and capture enemy outposts, not choosing to discard any. This might be a little bit difficult, but maybe has a trick up his sleeve. While in the command phase, he chooses their Harrowspecs as his Oath of the Moment target, as the Hellblasters pile out of the repulsor, and the repulsor moving down the hill, getting closer. I don't know if this is the best decision, getting closer to these Tyranids, but Justin is not scared in the line of fire, and those Hellblasters can deal a lot of damage if he overcharges them, while the Infernus squad moves up, trying to get in range with those Flamers. With the Carnifexes at that first barrier, they're going to need all the shots they can get.
I'm going to shoot the Ballistus Dreadnought first into your Harrowspecs.
I'm going to activate one of our stratagems, which is called Rapid Regeneration. So for 1 CP, he now has a 5-up Feel No Pain.
All right, let's see if the Laser Dread can live up to its name. First is the laser cannons. Hitting on 3s with full rerolls because Oath of Moment. 1 miss. Both hit. This is wounding on 3s because it's strength 12. I am very thankful for Oath of Moment.
Yep.
2 wounds at AP, I believe, -3.
He'll be at a 5-up save only. Makes none.
The Horospex fails his saves. Time to take D6 plus 1 damage.
First one, 7 damage.
Yep. Second one.
This is 10 damage now.
All right, so 10 feel no pain saves at 5-up. Come on, baby. Ugh. Only makes 1. I am at 4 wounds.
Okay, and now the missile launcher will try to shoot into you. Hitting on 3s. Oath of Moment. 1 hit, and this is needing 5s to wound.
Yep. Failed.
That fails, but Oath of Moment does kick in again.
Yep, nothing.
I think I'm going to shoot the plasma guys, the Hellblasters, into your Haruspecs right now.
All right.
The Hellblasters are most likely going to overcharge into that Haruspex right now, and being the Oath of Moment target, they get to re-roll everything, and even with that feel no pain, I don't think he can survive that.
You are not a real Space Marine player unless you do hazardous on everything. So 10 guys, after these guys shoot, I roll 10 dice. Any ones is instantly a dead model.
Fair and balanced. No, actually, that seems a lot more fair, and it makes it a lot faster to do plasma gunshots instead of rolling 1 or 2 dice at a time.
I agree.
Says the guy who runs Dark Angel's bike spam.
All right, so 20 shots because each of them are 2 shots each. They did advance, but they have assault on their guns, so they are within 24 inches.
Right.
The captain and the lieutenant are not going to shoot their plasma because I don't think it's a good idea. But I'm going to roll first right now. 20 shots hitting on 3s, wounding on 5s, but I do get Oath of Moment.
10 Hellblasters shooting overcharged plasma into the Horospex. 12 wounds with a feel no pain. Let's see if the Horospex can survive.
12 wounds from the plasma guys into your Haruspecs, AP -3, 2 damage each.
All right, so he goes to a 5-up save. Oh, that is really spicy.
Oh, man.
3, 4 failed. So that is still 8 damage. Feel no pain.
Wow.
3, 2. He's down to 2 wounds. Wow.
But now here's the spectacle. I'm going to roll my hazardous tests, and let's see how many you get die.
Please all of them. Please all of them. Please all of them. Please all of them.
This is, when you play with fire, you will get burned. And these will be plasma burns.
Oh, yeah. Please.
2 guys decide to, they don't feel like living anymore. 10 men with the big plasma cannons are going to be overcharging every day because we play Russian roulette here. We don't play these kiddie games. We take the gloves off and we are going to overcharge and roll these hazard tests because if they die, they're going to be able to shoot even more. I get 1 extra guy, he's going to be able to shoot back into your Haruspecs.
Even though his gun has exploded in his face.
And 5 to wound with the reroll. Nothing.
Yeah, boy.
So these 2 guys get peeled.
He is still rocking with 2 wounds left. Thank you, feel no pain.
I'm going to shoot the intercessors here. They're going to target into your Haruspecs.
All right, go for it.
They've planted their butts here and they're not moving, so they're going to get extra to hit.
20 shots from the intercessors going into the Haruspex. Can they actually kill it this time?
20 shots hitting on 2s. I get to re-roll my fails. I need 6s to wound, I believe.
Yeah, you do.
2 go through right now. That's 3 6s. Let's go, more 6s. Give me 6 successes. You have 7 saves to make. These are AP -1, 1 damage each.
+1 because of cover, but -1, so I'm back to 3. 7 saves on 3 up. I need to make at least 3 to live and spite you. Nope, he is dead.
Finally, the Horuspex goes down. Took a lot of firepower to do that, but now the Repulsor and the Predator are going to shoot into that Tyrant Guard unit, only able to peel off 2 models from that unit. 2 Tyrant Guard go down, and 1 takes 2 wounds. And at the end of turn 1, Justin scoring 2 points for no prisoners, could not capture the enemy outpost, would be too difficult to get to the backfield right now. But He does score 8 points on primaries for killing a unit and killing more than the Tyranids did. And at the end of turn 1, it is pretty close, score is 10-8.
Everything on my army with Oath of Moment was able to take it down, but there's still the Carnifexes to deal with. I didn't want to shoot them yet because I know their ability to basically get the Tyranid Blood Surge. They're going to start moving up.
I just like playing with my toys. Yeah.
All that died was the horror specs.
Yeah, but as much as it hurts, it netted you a lot of victory points. Yeah. It got you 8 for the primary for destroying a unit, and at the end of the battle round, you destroyed more units than me, so you got an additional 4.
In Rami's command phase, he draws Engage on all fronts and Overwhelming Force. It might be tough for him to score Engage on all fronts at this point, but it's not impossible. The Hive Tyrant and the Tyrant Guard move up over that barrier closer to those Marines, while that unit of Carnifexes with Old One Eye have a charge available to them if they get into that Predator. This could get very killy very fast. And the Zoanthropes coming in from reserve on the side of the board, looking to lay down some of that psychic fire.
These guys got big brains. They are very scary. How do you think of the Psychic compared to before?
Honestly, I prefer this a lot more. They deal a lot more damage, and it's somewhat more fair, but I believe they can cause more damage output like this, and honestly, I'm okay with them not causing mortal wounds at all. It's so annoying at this point.
The Zoanthropes will be using that Warp Blast, and that will do D3 damage, and each model gets D3 shots. It can be a little swingy, but you never know.
So before this, you end your movement phase, I'm going to pull a gotcha now. Rapid Ingress, the Terminators are going to go there. I see your Tyrannifex is not really being babysat, so they're just going to go right there and say hi.
Justin using the stratagem Rapid Ingress, allowing his Terminators to come in on Rami's movement phase, and that is a great move right now because he's going to be able to come from behind, charge some monsters, and maybe grab some objectives too.
Blade Guard Vets with my Zoanthropes. This is what they do. The blast is strength 7, range 24, strength 7, AP 2, damage D3.
Wow. We are going to stand our ground with our shields. The Emperor is with us and our shields, and we're just going to your mind bullets are just going to bounce off of us.
All right, so this is going to be determining how many shots. Plus 6, so that is going to be 17 shots.
Wow, Blast is really spicy now.
And also, because of my adaptation, I have sustained hit. So 6 is to hit, cause an additional hit. Oh, look at that. 1, 2 miss, but 4 6s in there, so I get 4 attacks total extra.
9 saves into my Blade Vets. We have a 4+ invuln because we're cool.
All right.
I think that they're going to survive. With D3 damage, I don't think you're going to maybe kill like 1 or 2, but let's let the dice decide. That is not looking good. 5 of them fail.
All right, first one, 1 damage. Second one, doesn't count. Dies.
So 1 guy is popped.
Third one, eats 2, and the fourth one will kill him, and the last one, he survives with 1 wound.
The Zoanthropes healed 2 models off of there, and 1 guy is down to 1 wound. So they're still holding tight. We're ready to take on the Carnifexes as they charge at us.
My Rupture Cannon is going to fire into your repulsor over there to try and finish it.
All right. Once again, I'm going to smoke.
That Tyrannifex really doesn't like that repulsor. It's going to put both his shots into it again.
All right, so same thing, hitting on 3s. And I am going to roll to wound at 3s. That's a fail. I'm going to CP reroll that. Wounds. Take 2 more saves at AP 4.
I think this might be the end of the repulsor. Let's see if this 195-point limousine was really worth it. Nope, both go through.
First one does 7 wounds. I think that kills it.
That is just enough.
Roll to see if he blows up.
You got a nice juicy explosion here. Let's see what happens. I think he's gonna not kill himself. He's not gonna hurt his friends.
I saw that 6. I saw that 6.
I did not. Thank you, Repulsor. You did your job.
The repulsor's gone. As Rami reminds us, there is a mission twist.
Bombs? You want it? It's yours, my friend, as long as you roll 6s to advance.
Okay, Psychic is a lot different from before. Rather than just brutal wounding my Blade Vet to death, 3 survived with all those shots coming in. I do like that. They're tanky with the 4-ups invul now, and they can actually survive to some extent.
The Swarm Lord and Tyrant Guard are going to try to make a charge into the infiltrators. Justin using the infiltrators as a screen here to his backline units.
I hope that your charge fails because it's a 9-inch charge. They're there just to be sneaky.
Swarm Lord and Tyrant Guard. Yeah!
They're in!
They're in!
The Tyrant Guard and Swarm Lord make it into the infiltrators. They're going to get to fight. But at the top of the board, the Carnifexes make it into the Predator as well. This is going to be a lot of damage coming on to the Space Marines here. Can they survive this onslaught? And Justin's already peeling models off the table, and there goes the Predator as well. They had no chance against those Carnifexes. Space Marines get to fight back.
Now Tigerius is going to whack you with the Rod of Tigerius. This is Strength 7, AP -2, D3 damage. All hit.
Winning on 5s.
2 saves at AP -2, D3 damage into your Swarm Lord unit.
Both fail, roll the D3.
All right, the first one.
3 damage, and the last one will kill 1 more Tyrant Guard.
A few more Tyrant Guard go down to Tigerius, and that Swarm Lord is almost exposed. Rami's going to score 5 for engage on all fronts as Justin purges engage on all fronts and scores 5 for teleport homers. At the end of turn 2, it's still a close game, 21-19. The Space Marines scoring an additional 4 points for their primaries, and Rami getting on the board with 8 primaries for holding more than Justin. At the top of turn 3, Rami focusing on board control, not many Marines left on the table. The Tyranids will focus on controlling the board and getting their objectives, as well as killing more in the last few turns here, as we see the Hive Tyrant with wings making his way to those Terminators, and the unstoppable Carnifexes are moving through the back line, trying to get into that bunker. Can the Space Marines hold them off for another few turns as the Ballistus Dreadnought goes down as well to, of course, none other than that Rupture Cannon from that Tyrannifex.
Bottom of 3, looking bleak for the Space Marines, but I think we can pull through. We're going to go to Assault Doctrine. We're going to charge those Carnifexes and show them who's boss. Get out of my house. You have overstayed your welcome.
So it seems like he's insistent on a fisting, huh?
Yep. You are on my objective right now, so my lieutenant is not going to be able to hold it. I'm not going to get a primary there. But with the way things are, I think we're just going to do a last hurrah and just start punching.
Kill as much as you can.
Yep, and then when Calgar decides to come back after he gets his arms reattached, we're going to show you a real fisting.
Yeah, well, he's going to wake up very disappointed to see what's happened to his poor old Tigurius.
You know, I should just gambit. Nah, just joking. I'm not going to gambit. I want to play it seriously. Hey, I got to bring it down.
Well, that's literally my entire army. You're having a field day with that.
At the bottom of turn 3, Justin draws Bring It Down and Extend Battle Lines. Bring It Down should be very easy for him to get as Rami has a lot of targets for him. And Rami ends up scoring 3 for Bring It Down and 4 for No Prisoners at the bottom of his turn.
Oath of Moment on these fellows here.
Yep, that's fair enough.
I'm going to open the raid can of bug spray and we're going to like start psst.
Oath of Moment on the Carnifexes, they need to go down.
Terminators over there are going to advance.
The Terminators and the Terminator Captain advancing towards the monsters.
You move your Terminators there. I'm going to spend a CP to make him fire Overwatch at them with his Torrent.
Okay, go ahead.
Force to wound. 4 wounds, not bad.
3 up saves on my Terminators. 2 damage each.
Ooh! 1 Terminator dies and 1's down to 1 wound.
The Terminators take a little bit of damage there. 1 goes down. They're still not phased as the Hellblasters take out the Tyrant Guard as well as the Swarm Lord on foot. This gives Justin a little bit of hope, but there's still so many Tyranids.
I hope by the end of turn 5, my whole squad is wiped because they killed themselves with plasma. Not because my opponent shot me.
Old One Eye and his Carnifex unit is also one of my favorite additions that they have right now. Their Blistering Assault makes it very detrimental for opponents to consider shooting them, even though they're a very juicy target, because if you shoot at them at any phase, they can move up D6 plus 2 inches and get into engagement range, much like the Blood Surge that World Eaters used to have.
First thing I'm going to shoot is my Intercessors that stood still the whole entire game.
All right.
20 shots into your Carnifexes because I want them to die.
I'm going to use my 1 CP left to give them 6 up, feel no pain now, because they're no longer within synapse range.
So 2 shots each guy. I got 10 shots. We're going to start trying to flick off some wounds off of the Carnifexes.
Hitting on 2s.
I get to re-roll the ones as 2s hit. 19 hit, and now I'm gonna roll 6s to wound. We got 2 plinks right now, and then I need to re-roll that for more 6s.
Yep.
A few wounds onto the Carnifexes, but they use Blistering Assault and use that to get into the 2 characters in the bunker. This would be the perfect time for Rami to draw Assassination. Let's see if he can get lucky with that. And with the Carnifexes controlling that side of the board, the Terminators move up and charge into the Gribblies and end up wiping that unit. At least a little bit of damage there. But Rami still controls that back objective, and that's going to deny Justin any kind of victory point scoring for this turn. And while Justin's being denied primary points, that gives Rami an opportunity on his turn to move in some of more units for those Terminators to deal with, as well as the Winged Hive Tyrant, which will probably be too much for them as you see them going down, and the Rupture Cannon still doing work as it peels off a few Hellblasters. And now the back lines of the Space Marines bunker is looking to be in serious trouble as the Carnifexes come in to pretty much wipe through that back line, and there's going to be nothing left here by the end of this turn. The Tyranid swarm is just overwhelming at this point as the Hive Tyrant with wings consolidates into the Terminator Captain for a showdown, and the Terminator Captain taking 3 wounds to the Spore Mines, and then the Winged Hive Tyrant just finishes off the poor Terminator Captain. And at the end of turn 3, Rami tables the Space Marines. With no more models on the table after turn 3, Justin can no longer score any more primaries or secondaries, and that is game over. 80-29. The Tyranids get the better of the Space Marines today, but we need to see a rematch between these two because that was too quick.
Game over. Looks like it's outstanding Nid victory. This is Nidtown right now.
Oh yes, this place belongs to me now.
So the army of jobbers is done. Now we're gonna have Marnus Calgar come next time. He's gonna be like, all right, I'm gonna take over this place back. This is my town. We're gonna rebuild everything and your Nids are out.
Can't wait to see what you do.
But it was a great game. The Space Marines could not hold on to anything. I hope you enjoy this victory and this biomass, and Behemoth will suffer the next time when we play.
I can't wait for the rematch, man. I'm looking forward to it. I hope it's even bigger than this battle, and I'm looking forward to it for sure.
All right, good game.
Thank you very much for the game, guys. Have a good one.
Yep, and we'll see how the score is.
Fourth Tyranic War, and we're starting off with a bang. Carnifexes, Swarmlord, all the big bugs trampled through the front lines of the Ultra Smurfs. They didn't stand a chance.
Behemoth got what it wanted. It got a lot of biomass, and the Tyranids are just ruling the planet. Ultramarines are going to pull back a bit. We're going to tell Papa Smurf that we might need even Gilliman over here, but we do need to fight back against these Tyranids. I think that this unit was very strong, and I can't wait to play against Rami's army again in a bigger game. We might bring Gilliman around too. Maybe Calgar is going to come back as well. And I want to bring things other than just a repulsor. Maybe bring an executioner. Maybe bring some cool other units. Maybe more dreadnoughts. But when that time comes, these Smurfs are going to be there. That's the end of the game. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for Rami for coming on to play this Monday night matchup. And we hope to see you again. This has been Justin from Northern Knights Gaming. That's it. Peace out. I know what I'm over the moment today.
What the fuck are they doing upstairs?
I don't know.
Banging.
Banging.
Alright, just say that last part
Okay.
again.
Banging.
Not the banging.
That better be in the bloopers.
Please put it in a blooper. No, actually, that seems a lot more fair, and it makes it a lot faster to do plasma gunshots instead of rolling 1 or 2 dice at a time.
I agree.
Says the guy who runs Dark Angel's bike spam.
All right, so 20 shots because each of... Now, he dies as he lived, being a predator. We have a Black Hawk Down moment. Black Hawk Down.